Hi everyone, welcome back to day number 5. We are learning the Maamar Kimei Tzeitzcha Meretz Yisrael in honor of the Rebbe's birthday. Our learning today is in honor and the merit for the continued refuah of Shalom Doiva ben Shena Chanaleh, and also again the Ilui Nishmas Rabba ben Sarah. Let's begin. So yesterday we learned about how the Exodus is not just a one-time deal, but it's actually an ongoing thing that we have to do every single day, as we say in the Haggadah, B'chol Yom V'Yom. Every day we have to see ourselves like we left Egypt. So now today the Rebbe gives us an example of how the Exodus can be a day-to-day concept that we can relate to. So let's begin. So now this whole concept in the order of redemption, starting from the Exodus from Egypt itself until going through to how even in the Geula, the redemption in the future, we're going to talk about the Exodus from Egypt. In between that, we actually have in our microcosm, in our personal lives, a concept like this. Because as we see, there's a pasuk, there's a verse that describes our lives just after we've woken up. Our value, our tafkid, what we are. It says in the pasuk, Chidlu lachem min ha'adam. Withdraw yourself from a person, asher neshama ba'apoi, whose soul is in his nostrils, ki bameh nechshav, because what is he considered? In other words, with the pasuk here in Isaiah and Yeshaya is talking about when you have a person who is not such a good character, or the only thing that he has is that goes for him is the fact he has a soul in his nostrils. But you want to stay away from him because he's not such a good guy. So the Gemara, the Talmud in Brachas, expounds on this and does a slight change in the way we read it. So the Gemara says, Al tikrei bameh, don't say bameh nechshav, what is he worth? Elo bama, he's compared to a bama. A bama literally means a high place. It's talking about an altar that's used for idolatry. Okay, person who is only for himself, person who is in his raw state is almost like in a state of idolatry. It's for me. So, at the beginning of the day, when the only thing we have going for us is the fact we've woken up, the fact we're alive, our soul is in our nostrils, that's what we are considered, like a bummer. That's why the first thing we have to do in our lives is the first of the two main types of avodah, of service of God, that we know about, that's brought down many, many places, starting in Tanya, not starting in Tanya, but brought down in Tanya, it's brought down in Maamarim, Iskafia. Iskafia means subjugation. Because we have our animal desires, and we have all these things that's good for us, and our life is not just about us. So therefore we have to subdue our animal and selfish desires. And we start off with this Iskafia business, we start off with subjugating our evil inclination. Why? Because we have to, first of all, leap, so to speak, over and get out of that mentality of the physical, the nefsha bahamis. Because then we have to force ourselves. I mean, me personally, I know I have to force myself to get out of bed to go to daven in the morning. It's a hard struggle. It is a hard struggle, and my body has to. I have to be forced. It's almost like we're forcing ourselves to go and say Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabbah, and daven properly. It's a hard slug, but we have to subdue. We have to flatten and get and really beat down our Yetzer Hara and say, no, I'm not going to listen to you. That's Iskafia. Then once we've got through that concept, once we've subdued our Yetzer Hara, the next step is ishapcha, to turn around our selfish desires to become desires for kedusha, for holiness. This is called ishapcha, which means to turn over, transform. How does this happen? David HaMelech says in Tehillim, "V'libi cholo b'kirbi." My soul, my heart is hollow within me. This means that his Yetzer Hara, his evil inclination, was gone. He removed the Yetzer Hara from himself. And not only that, but you could even get to the level of you'll serve God with all your hearts, plural. And the Gemara tells us b'shnei yitzrecha, meaning with your two souls, your animal soul, selfish soul, and your godly soul. You turn over your animal soul to actually help out, which is an unbelievably high level. And this is brought down through Teshuvah Shalema, through a complete Teshuvah, which is a level of Teshuvah that is so great that even one's sins become merit. Now, these two things that we do every day is iskafia, subduing the Yetzer Hara, is hapcha, and overturning our Yetzer Hara is actually an example. It is the paradigm of the Exodus from Egypt, and the Geula, the redemption, is going to happen in the future. Because when it came to the Exodus, what did it say? It says, Kivarach ha'am, the verse says, that the nation fled, they had to run away. Run away! The evil was so powerful, and they didn't have the ability to overcome it. They had to just run from it. That's iskafia. That's subduing. Get away from it. I'm not listening. That's the Exodus from Egypt. But in the future, it says in the verse, I'm going to remove the spirits of impurity from the land. That's when the Yetzer Hara is going to be gone. And even more than that, the Yetzer Hara is not just the Yetzer Hara is going to be gone, but it's actually going to be turned around to become our buddy. It's going to help us out. As we said before, iskaf, ishapcha, as it says, at the time Mashiach comes, the verse says in Sephania, says, I'm going to turn over the nations with one clear language to call, that everyone will call in the name of God to serve God together. Everyone, the whole world is going to be turned over, the evil is going to be gone, and it's going to be turned over actually serving God. Because even the other nations of the world are going to turn around and see that they need to serve God, need to serve Hashem. As it says, the strangers are going to stand and they're going to shepherd your flocks. The goyim, the nations of the world who don't right now accept and understand the beauty of Hashem, are going to, at that time when Mashiach comes, going to help us out. And even the animals themselves are going to turn around. It says, I'm going to remove, I'm going to destroy the bad, the evil animals, the bad animals from the world. It's going to, in other words, what's going to happen is, mashpisan shaloi yaziku. They're going to be turned around that they're not going to do any more damage. All the wild animals and the predators are not going to do any more damage to it anymore. Because even though they're going to still be considered wild animals, the wildness is going to be turned around, so they won't do any damage. And not only that, but they're actually going to help us out, and they're going to give us a bit of a push in serving God, as it says, God's heaven cares that the wolf will be alive with the lamb, the arik kabak, and the lion's going to hang out with the cattle. We're going to get benefit from the wolf just like we do from the lamb, and from the lion, we're going to have benefit just like we do from cattle. It's going to be a completely unbelievable time. And until even the snake, the nachash, that evil creature that caused the beginning of the downfall of humanity, is going to be turned around. It says, yes, shamash gadol. It's going to be not just a helper, a great helper. Wow! Not only is it going to help us serve God, but it's going to help us in the gadlus, in a way, in an amazing way. All the evil in the world is going to be gone. That's his hapcha, and that's what's going to happen when Mashiach comes. So, the conclusion, in our life, what is this Exodus from Egypt, and what does the redemption in the future represent? It represents the two ways we serve God during the day. Number one, iskafia, subduing the Yetzer Hara. That's our Yitzias Mitzrayim, where we break through all of our limitations by ignoring or pushing away the Yetzer Hara. Then we come to the next level, is Hapcha, where we take the world and we use it in serving God, and that's in our personal lives, our Yetzer Hara, it can be part of this. And that's going to happen. That's Ishapcha, and that's going to be the concept. When Mashiach comes, it's going to be Ishapcha. It's going to be this amazing time where all the evil in the world is not just going to be gone, but what we consider evil now is actually going to be a help and is going to be part of our service of God. Everyone, again, wishing you a wonderful week of inspiration, and thank you very much for listening. And don't forget to enter into the raffle. If you don't know how, then go on my Facebook and on Rabbi Friedman's Facebook, and there's instructions there. Thank you very much. Be well.